My name is Ibrahim Al-Bakri, and I'm very grateful and I'm honored and pleased to be in the midst. And I'm here with one of our Islamic sisters, Christian Hasbanya, who has been very good to me and some of my friends in Minnesota here. I actually came to the US 2 weeks ago on a delegation with the chairman of the Governance Commission, Dr. Sawyer, whom I've worked with for the past few years. And I've followed the activities of FELMAUSA, Limani, and some other organizations for a good number of time. And we are particularly pleased, and we want to tell you that your engagement with the community back home is yielding significant results. Like the recent medical mission I went to Liberia, it was very, very successful. Our brother Ali Sila, who was a local coordinator, called me on the committee to work with him, and I was the public relations officer on the local coordination team. And also your scholarship program in the country have been very helpful to a lot of students. And what we've seen over the years is that the message, the emergence of Madingo organizations in the US and Liberia, the message, it is sounding to the people. The message is so strong that it is becoming irresistible. Like in the past, it is most often said, people are together and we're going for this occasion, and then at a certain point there's a margin, and then they will say, well, we cannot continue the movement here. This man is from this tribe. But it is no longer the case. We are testing Montserrat County this coming election. And organizations like the Madingo Caucus, I'm sorry if anyone has any connection there. I and some other people like Yusufu Keita have been one of their, some of their strongest and fiercest critics because of their elitist operations and some of the things they do that mortgage to a larger extent the Madingo community, particularly the 2005 election, and what they continue to do in the Nimba land crisis. The Madingo Caucus, the Commerce, Concern Madingo Society of Liberia. These are two organizations that have operated along for some years. They've operated parallelly, and then with the return of Ali Sila in 2009, we began to have discussions of the need for an advocacy movement, because the caucus, for many time, we can be pleased to say that individual members of the caucus have been helpful to the community. But we won't mince words to say the caucus collectively have not impacted the community at the lowest level. But Commerce have done so by mobilizing in the various communities in Liberia. And then we needed a robust advocacy organization. So with the return of Ali Sila, we were having discussion on university campuses. Then emerged the Forum for the Advancement of Liberian Madingos and their Descendants, so that it will absorb all of us, one because we are Madingo and we cannot speak Madingo, who are also Madingo and can speak Madingo, but we all have a common struggle, so that we all came to on board the Forum for the Advancement of Liberian Madingo. And the Forum for the Advancement of Liberian Madingo and their Descendants is chaired by Yusufu Morris Keita. The most important thing about this group fund is that its members are young professionals, and its members that are people that have been in local advocacy. And so fund have tried to keep the country engaged and try to make some corrections, and at the same time try to organize the people and make them to think that they cannot continue to cry but to take challenges. So with this, FAM is engaging people, that Madingos, that want to contest the election. So that you go to district number 1, if you have 5 persons, let us come on the table. We can put our 5 resources together and support one person. This is the cause. This is tested in district number 7, the Jacobtown belt, that is popularly known to have a significant number of our people. And Sekou Kane, some of you might know him, he runs the Duncan gas station. Sekou Kane have become one of the most favorable candidates there, but it is not completely settled. Then there are other districts. Ali Sila himself is testing district number 1. And Sam Mohamed Kroma is testing district number 5. Then the district in Lofa, Kwadu Boni, and the general senatorial seat for Lofa County, there are still negotiations going so that that district can be retained and the senatorial seat can also be retained. So that is the next approach we are taking. Is you cannot cry the rest of your life. You must make attempts to take necessary position, and when you are in that position, you can make the necessary changes. We think it worked in other societies where people were either minority or were perceived as minorities, and gradually they overcome most of the obstacles that set them back. So again, I want to say thank you very much for your engagement with Liberia and the people back home. Your medical mission, again, was very successful, and your scholarship has been very helpful. When the team went to Liberia, we were constantly following your own politics back here, which we want to talk into. There were some of the FELMAUSA members that opposed the mission, we know that, and they might in some respect have their own grounds to oppose that mission. But it however went well, and it spoke well of your community and your people. When the team went, there were arrangements at the JFK, they met doctors, they met the vice president, they met the president of Liberia, and they actually served the people. And I believe that it was the individual contribution of each of you here. So with FELMAUSA getting the collective applause for this mission, you individually have impacted the lives of so many people that needed the medical attention that FELMAUSA gave. So I thank you very much. I've come here briefly, and I leave Minnesota tomorrow to return to Maryland, Baltimore, where my team have been based. And inshallah, by the end of this month, I will be back to Liberia. And I'm really, really impressed by your organization at this level. So thank you.